people? It's Yella here. What's good? What's happening? What's going on? Hey yo, today we about to get into this video that was done on CNN. It's about a black man and his white friend, their exchanges of getting pulled over by the police. So let's check this out and comment and review on it and talk about your experiences, my experiences, and see what it really is. So let's get into it, all right?
Anytime I'm seeing a cop, my heart's dropping. This specific time, I didn't see the cop when I passed her, but she pulled up behind me and pulled me over. And right away, when she got out of the car, she took her gun out. You do kind of head into a fight or flight mode. Really, it's about how do you survive this. When she walked up, I said, threw my hands out. I said, hey, at this point, I've seen too many of young black women die through the cops' hands. So I'm thinking like this can go any way at this moment.
Are you Darius? No. Okay. Do you not got the warrant?
I have a warrant?
Yeah, you do. Why don't you unbuckle your seatbelt and step on out for me?
And they said, we're arresting you for a felony. So I get out of the car, they detain me. And it took some time for them to realize that they had the wrong Darius.
Shoot. This might be the wrong guy.
This picture pulls up, and this dude's a lot darker than me. He has a tattoo on his neck. Yeah, he looks
literally not you.
Like, what? How do you... What? He doesn't look anything like me.
You are free to go. I am sorry.
Could have been dead today. Yeah. George Floyd came in my head. I ain't gonna lie. He came in my head. Man, anything can happen to us, man. Especially as black bodies, man. Black people, black men.
There are...
All right. So, first of all, I noticed, the dude's windows were tinted on the car, so that's got to be scary for the police. I know we living in a day and age where stuff can pop off. I mean, either way, whether it's the police doing something with the exchanges they're in the news for lately, and just dealing with people. I'm sure the job is not easy. I mean, I give them all the credit in the world. They have to make tough split-second decisions. So I'm sure that's scary that his windows is tinted and she got to go up. And she said something about he had a warrant for his arrest. So, okay, for one, why did she walk up to the car with the gun out? Depending on what the warrant was for this Darius that she was looking for. So, like, was the guy a murderer, or did she have valid reason to walk up to the car with her gun out? I mean, the windows tinted thing, like I said, I'm sure that's scary. So I'm torn on that because I would be scared walking up to a car with windows tinted. But at the same time, depending on what this warrant was she had for this other Darius, was it bad enough for her to have to walk up to the car with her gun out? So that makes you uneasy right there already. So, and then, dang, I see that took place in Minnesota. So they just catching hell in Minnesota right now. But let's keep checking this out, and I'll tell you about some of my personal experiences.
Different ways that I am seen and that you are seen in a vehicle in Minnesota in the United States.
Have you ever been pulled over by the police, and what was that experience like for you?
Okay, I have been pulled over by the police. I was driving home from work really late at night. She was like, driver's license. I turned into the back seat and I was like, this is gonna be a minute. And grabbed my backpack and tore through everything. And then she was like, insurance. and I was starting to get really overwhelmed, and I was tearing up, and she was like, I'll give you a couple minutes. And she walked back to the car, like letting me just sit in my car. I reflected immediately after it happened for an officer to feel comfortable with my presence, to leave me in my vehicle, to let me have my breakdown, getting away with a warning. Every single step of the way of all of those interactions within that 15 minutes, that should have been offered to a lot more people.
It affects me, you know. I think the way that makes me feel is I'm happy for you and your safety, right? But I just feel like in this world, at this time, it just doesn't make any sense to me, you know. How comfortable some people feel with, you know, driving and being pulled over, and how I kind of always have to, when I get pulled over, it's not about me being worried about getting a ticket or whatever. It's me worried about my life. Make sure you check in on your loved ones, man. Check on your friends that are black and that are traveling in these suburban communities, because it could have ended a whole different route.
I did watch your video that you posted. Yeah, I watched it twice. Once to hear you, and the second one to like really hear you. It was almost as if everything that whole spring, this was building up, and then it happened to a friend, was like really pissed me off.
For Daunte Wright, he was 20, but he has a young boy. He's a young kid, almost at 2 years old, approaching 2, just like me.
But also knowing that Daunte was a traffic stop like yours.
Right, yeah. When I see the videos directly, it makes me angry once again. I see my brother, you know, I see people that I love. It's affecting so many of us, even if you haven't been in the circumstance. I think that a lot of my friends around me, family, are been so affected heavily from seeing these videos. When you see it over and over again, you're seeing yourself.
So yeah, that's deep, man. But my own personal experiences, I've been pulled over more times than I care to account for by the police. But back in the days, it was slightly different than it is now. The stress level and the world we're living in now is just crazy. But I've had good encounters being pulled over by the police where the exchanges were nice and the officer was cordial, and I was let go, nothing happening or anything. So I was thankful for those times. But I've also been pulled over and falsely accused of being somebody else, mistaken identity. And you cannot tell me because I don't ever speed or anything. And by the grace of God, I've never had like a really raggedy car or nothing. I've always drove some decent vehicles, but I have been pulled over. What do we call it? DWB, driving while black. Police sitting on the side of the road, and just so happened seen me driving. I was going to work this day. It was actually on a Sunday, and he just decided to pop out on me, followed me, and pulled me over. And that overall that exchange went well. But I mean, just to jump behind me, I wasn't doing nothing wrong. So they got a power, that they can flex on you at any time. But like I said, all my experiences weren't bad, but I have had some bad exchanges. Most recently, I was in a subway. A state police officer came in there, and he actually bought me dinner that day, and he was behind me and everything. I believe just because nice guy, genuinely, period. Great officer, had a few words with him. He bought that, and I thanked him for his service and told him to be careful out here. And so that was great. And I just believe that was how I handled the subway worker there. I'm always polite to everybody, so I do believe in sometimes the aura you put out there, you'll get back. But at the same time, I have had my encounters where I've been harassed, and that's sad. But at all times, and I think for most people, getting pulled over by the police is a scary thing, especially nowadays more so. But anytime I've ever been pulled over, it's scary. I mean, it's just intimidating. It is what it is. And yeah, with the world we live in now, you just don't know what to expect. But I do believe how you start that exchange with the cop, if you're cordial, sometimes I believe good cops have, honest intentions. But again, unfortunately, we're in a world where you just don't know. So scary times. Obviously, we've seen a difference in the two exchanges there, but I'm still trying to justify why did she walk up to the car with her gun out. So that could have went either way. And sadly, that was in Minnesota as well. But man, I hope it gets better. All cops aren't bad. And people that they pull over aren't bad. But like I said, I hope our world gets better. So hopefully y'all got something out of that. Please leave a comment. Please like, share, and subscribe to my page. I try to cover all content, and from the good, the bad, the ugly, food, travel, everything. But hopefully everybody's having a great day and being safe. And I'll holla at you on the next one. It's Yella. This is Organically Speaking. Peace.